Says I'm live. I sure hope I am. Intending to be live right now on Facebook and YouTube channel. And I just want to start today by saying thank you so much for tuning in, for caring about your light, our light, and what we do here together at Mainstream Reiki. And I am very hopeful that today you find empowering, and also, I want to do something I just want to bring things back home, bring things back to simplicity. And I think we all could use a little bit of that. And so if you can settle in with me right now, just taking a breath, we'll get going here in just a moment. And yeah, great. I see you coming in here, and let's see, we've got YouTube and Facebook, so I guess it must be working, which always makes me feel really good. I just posted on Facebook. I always hear that song, It's the Final Countdown, right before we go live. So, whew, here we are. A couple things. I have a little announcement for you, and my announcement is that all my newsletter subscribers, if you sign up for my newsletter at mainstreamreiki.com, and we'll put a link there in the chat as well. But if you're already getting the newsletter, you're all set. But if you're not getting the newsletter that just came out this week, go ahead and sign up. And I've got a little gift for you coming out in the middle of the month, right about Valentine's Day. And that little gift I'm going to send out through that email is only being offered to my newsletter subscribers. So if you want in on that, make sure you're signed up. Mainstreamreiki.com. And there's a link there in the chat for you as well. Okay, I mentioned today that we were going to keep things simple. We were going to kind of return back home. You may have heard me before talking to you about the importance of your inner landscape, um, your inner world, how you talk to yourself, your relationship with yourself, and of course, self-love and self-care. And I will invite you as well, if you'd like to, put your name in the distance Reiki grid. It's a little bit behind my little frame right there, but you can see my Reiki grid here. And if you've put your name in before to receive distance Reiki through the grid, I would just let you know that you're in there. You don't have to keep putting your name in. And if you're new to the grid and you want to put in your name, the names of your loved ones, even your animals, go ahead and put that in the chat for me. I can't go through and answer each one to say you're in there, but rest assured, if you put your name in the chat, you will be in the grid. I will see to it that you're included. This sends out distance Reiki for your general support and help for whatever's in your highest good. All right. So back to today. We're going to do a Reiki experience, and then I will hang out with you and we will do some questions and answers. So if you have anything to ask me after this Reiki experience, you can put that in the chat in a little bit, and we'll get to that when we're finished. All right. Self-love, so important. I would ask you now, as we get started with our Reiki, for you and for your highest good, settle in, make yourself comfortable, and close your eyes or leave them open. It's up to you. It's all good. And let us intend now to come into this present moment. Take in a breath, feeling the breath move into your body, filling you up, and exhaling. And I'm going to begin now, offering you the highest frequencies of Reiki energy for your highest good. And as we come together, I would invite you to place your hands at your heart center, feeling your heart beat, maintaining some level of awareness on your beating heart and on your breath, allowing you to remain anchored in this moment, for this is all there is, allowing other thoughts to fade away. Be here now. As I offer you this Reiki, I invite you to set the intention to receive all you need in resonance with your highest good and release everything you no longer need. This is a moment of self-creation. This is a moment to tune in to your own higher levels of consciousness, the truth of who you are. You may feel sensations in your body. You might see colors or have old memories surface as you receive. The very act of you meeting me here shows a reverence and a love for yourself. Taking this time just for you. Coming home to your light, your feelings, and you're invited to claim yourself in the light of who you are, releasing the limiting beliefs to which you were born. You are a creative force in your own life, in your own consciousness. And you are free to choose who you are. No longer bound by the judgments of others, the systems in place, the beliefs that no longer resonate. With gratitude, we thank those who came before us. But in this moment, we are free to reframe, to re-know, and to recreate. How we express, what we choose, and our own perspectives. You are offered the highest frequencies of healing energy. Within every energy center of your body, filling yourself with light, emanating into your aura, as the higher vibrations push out all you no longer need. Allowing your personal vibration to elevate. And with this higher perspective, you're invited to see yourself with the loving eyes of the creationary energy that you are connected to in every moment. You are miraculousness in form, in a world of contrast. You are not created to express perfectly. You are here to express as human, to experiment, to experience. The higher, the lower, the high and the low of each experience enriches your soul's journey. And in this knowing, you may release yourself from the blame of all you still feel you've ever done in wrongness. Allow yourself to step in the light of who you are, knowing you've always done the best that you have known how to do. And that is all that is ever asked. And in this, there is perfection. The cells of your body are bathed in the light of this healing energy. Allowing more health, more balance, more vitality to process through your physical body. And imagine now that your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies align and resonate in a higher way than ever before. Feeling the energy around you and within you, rising, expanding, emanating. You are precious upon the earth in these times, and you are here for many reasons. It is through your vibration, through the love emanating from the core of who you choose to be, that has the power to transform your experience, the experience of those around you, and the collective. You're invited to tend your own garden, creating more peace and love within you. You are worthy. You are divinity in form. And you have purpose. As you spend your time and your consciousness engaged with your inner world, your inner landscape of thinking, feeling, and looking at the harder shadows within, you break free from the patterns of old that have held you back. And you're invited to agree to cut the energetic cords, tethering you to what no longer serves your highest good and what you came here to accomplish. Freeing yourself to choose again. In the new paradigm, the evolution of humanity. The rules of yesterday no longer apply. You are sovereign in your energy. Your energetic boundaries are yours to decide and to create, to maintain and to reassert as necessary. This is the time to claim the power within you, waking up with the other light bringers, inhabiting the planet now. A re-love ocean, for there is no fighting. There is no convincing. Resonating at the frequency of love within you, emboldens and empowers all you do in this world. May you know yourself as a refuge of peace and love within. May you be your biggest supporter. May you know yourself as the best friend. You've never had. Forgive yourself. This is a new dawn, a new time. Feeling your heartbeat within you. And now, you may name to yourself all those who have your heart's attention, your love, who you wish to include in receiving our love, our compassion, this healing energy. Hold them in your awareness now. And did you say your own name? for there is no limitation here. Love is in all. Love is for all. We are love and we are one. And may all open to receive this energy, our love and our invitation to know ourselves in light. May all open, be in reception, to receive, to know, and to feel the support, the love, and the light, the hope of these times. As we rethink, reimagine, and recreate the world in higher frequency. And may each day you take a few moments to tune in within yourself with love and reverence for the miracle you are, your physical body, your energy, your consciousness and awareness. You are complex and amazing and multidimensional. And know that as you love yourself, you heal simply by being. A return to love. And when you are ready, you may place your awareness in your eyes and slowly open them and return. Intending and knowing that the energy continues for as long as it is in your highest good. All right. Okay. Wow. Thanks for coming this month. I hope that you enjoyed that. I want to say a few words and then we'll start taking some questions, but I have to get this grid out of here because, as you know, I talk with my hands and I don't want to knock it all over. So let me move that over. Awesome. Okay. Oh, it's great to be here with everybody today on live. I didn't get to really look at the chat very much at all today. I see a lot of people from YouTube and Facebook too. It's awesome. Very awesome. Queen K says she hears the birds singing. That's awesome. That's awesome. What is where people are asking to be? You can ask to be in the grid right there in the chat, and you'll be in the grid. That's the distance Reiki grid. It's over here, and so your name goes in, and I send Reiki out to everybody through the grid all the time. So, wow, it's really important for me to let you guys know. I totally feel as though you are amazing lights. We are here on the planet for a reason, and we need to. I know a lot of you already are, so don't get me wrong, but you all are waking up to the possibilities that you never knew you were allowed to even contemplate. We grow up and so I'm 50 years old, just to say. And do you know what? I did some calculations today. And so do you know that if you're 50 years old, your heart has beat about 1.5, at least 1.5 billion times? Is that not amazing? And you have over 37 trillion cells in your body. Now, if that isn't miraculous, I don't know what is. And I think that we're so used to just being here and having our body and whatever that we don't appreciate our bodies. We don't appreciate how miraculous we are. And we totally are. I mean, wow. And I think when we're born, we tend to, we grow up in society and culture and whatever, and we sort of learn the rules. But I got to tell you, you are not the car you drive. You are not the size of your thighs. You are not the label and the clothes you wear, and you're not your beauty either. You really aren't. And I think it is high time that we stop this madness of thinking we're damaged, thinking that we're less than, thinking we have to fix ourselves. And let's knock that off. Let's knock that off, because those days are over and we don't have to agree to that stuff anymore. You're not damaged. We're just human and we're doing the best we can. And that's awesome. And we don't have to agree to that stuff anymore. Okay. So enough of that. I'm just really excited to be back here with you guys. Let me see if anybody has any questions. And then you might, if you want to put a question out, maybe you write question in caps so it's a little bit easier to see. And let's see what we've got here. Oh, I've got one right here. Would you give Reiki to someone who wasn't feeling well, like had an infection or yes, absolutely. Absolutely. There is no time that Reiki isn't good. Ooh, I can feel some feathers ruffling out there. And I mean it. There's no time where Reiki is not helpful, not appropriate. So if you've heard times where you wouldn't give Reiki, I would ask you, follow your guidance. There's nothing I've ever come across where Reiki was not helpful. Reiki helps on all levels, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's not going to mess anything up. It's life force energy, and it's guided by that higher place, by that higher wisdom. It does not cause harm. Okay, I hope I answered that for you. I'm pretty strongly, entrenched in that. Linda says, why do I not feel tingling in my hands when I treat clients? What happens is my body will feel their pain in the spots where they're suffering. Well, Linda, I would say that you're probably quite empathic or empathetic. I mean, I don't know which word is the right word, but empathic is the one I use. But, and so this is interesting because I would say probably more than likely, Linda, and I want to say other people do this too. So you're not alone. You're not alone in this. I went a really long time and I never felt anything in my hands. If you've watched the videos and stuff on the channel, on the YouTube channel, I talk about that some. In the beginning, I felt nothing. So, number one, the practitioner doesn't have to feel a certain level of anything in order to still help the person they're offering Reiki to. So, I think that that's really important. So, please don't get caught up in that. Now, this second part about what you're saying is you're caring and you're wanting to help the person you're offering Reiki to. And one of your senses, one of the ways you get information, you could say psychically or intuitively or whatever, is by feeling the other person. And so that is often called empathy, right? Or empathic senses. Now, in the meditation today, I said you have sovereignty over your energy. If you don't want to feel that, out loud to the universe, say, universe, higher self, while I find value in knowing where my client has discomfort and what they're going through so that I might better help them, I now create a boundary so that I no longer feel it in my own body in an uncomfortable way. I now receive the information through other means that are more comfortable and in resonance with my highest good. Something like that. Because when you declare to the universe, and I would recommend that you do that out loud, you are co-creating with the universe, but you are sovereign in your energy. If you don't want to feel that stuff, you don't have to. So I hope that that's helpful. Yeah. Another question maybe. Oh, Patty Ann, hi. I got to open my window a little bit. I'm sorry. I want to look out the window. Okay. Let's see. I have to take a break from my Reiki practice to care for my husband who has a disability. How can I address on my website that I'm taking a break from booking new clients? Oh, okay. What you might do is, if you have online scheduling, Patty Ann, what you might do is just keep the scheduler there, but just block out so there's no available appointments. And that might sound a little weird, but my feeling is that that's going to let people know you're coming back, that, you're not really leaving, that you're coming back. It could be any time. And so it's a quick little thing, but maybe right above there, or when you talk about your scheduling, you can just say beginning and put the date so people know, when this was, and it wasn't like 3 years ago or whatever, if they're brand new to your site, but put on your site as of such and such date. And then you use your own words there, but you might just say, my scheduling new new and returning clients is on hold and then put in what you feel is appropriate there, whatever level of information you'd like to share, and then say, you might say to them that if they have questions, they can maybe still email you. I don't know if you want no contact from your website at all, I don't know. But if it's okay that they email you or ask you questions or something, you might say that, but just say that you're not scheduling individual Reiki sessions at this time, and you'll be updating as soon as you do. The other option you can do with that as well is say, click here to send me an email if you'd like to be notified when I begin taking clients again. And then that way they can, you'll know, who's waiting for you, and you'll know to contact them when you're ready. And then they'll feel as though they've been heard, and you can address they'll feel, that they've been heard and that you care and that you'll reach out. So I think that could be helpful all the way around, but that's how I would handle that. I hope that's helpful, Patty Ann. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Tony, I'm a Reiki master. I started my Reiki journey as a way to self-heal, but I'm finding it hard to get over my heartbreak. Oh, how and what would you recommend? Yeah. Okay. So Tony, what you might do is offer yourself a Reiki session. And maybe you've done this already, I don't know, but offer yourself a Reiki session as the practitioner and use a surrogate as yourself. So instead of placing your hands on yourself, actually do the session on a surrogate in your place. And that's interesting because it allows a degree of separation between you as the practitioner and you as the receiver. So I would do that. I would have a pen and paper handy, and I would be having the intention to address this heartbreak. I would also, but we know, let me just get in here really quickly. We know though that Reiki is going to help you for whatever's in your highest good. And I know you're a Reiki master, so you get it. However, we can have an intention. We can invite the Reiki. There's nothing wrong with that. But we just know our results might be in other areas, and that's okay. But what you can do is go into the session with the intention to help yourself for that certain thing. And then I feel it's really important in your case to make sure you use your distance symbol and also invite the Reiki to the past lives that you've had in conjunction in relation to the heartbreak. Because my feeling is that this is much more than what it seems in relation to this life and your dealings with the person or persons involved with this. I think this is a lot more complicated than that. So I would address the past lives. Now, on my YouTube channel, there's a video called Heal a Block. And that can also be very helpful because you could use the heartbreak that you mentioned as the issue to have healed. And it takes you through this process, and it uses the Holy Fire Reiki energy. And people have had really amazing results for that. So you might try that one. It's called Heal a Block. But I think that there's a real past life connection here for you, Tony. So please address that as well. Okay, another question maybe. Let's see. Are you offering Reiki workshops this year? Oh my gosh, absolutely, Lisa. Now, I'm in Michigan in the US, and I have to tell you, I am teaching online, but I teach live. And my classes are limited to 12 students. And I do offer, or I do have and welcome students from all over the world. And it's really amazing. I'm so honored to be able to do that. And people come at all hours of the day and night. And I'm just so grateful to meet so many wonderful people. So I offer Holy Fire level 1 and 2 as one class. And Holy Fire is just a style of Reiki. You can find out more on my website, mainstreamreiki.com, and you can find the link in the chat there. But what I want to say is I offer the 1 and 2 class together, usually Saturday and a Sunday. And then I do offer the Reiki Master course, and that's a 3-day course. And I offer animal Reiki classes as well, and also Karuna Masterclass. So all the details are on my website. I'd love to see you in class, Lisa, and it's a joy. I absolutely love teaching Reiki. Woo, just makes such a difference in people's lives personally, and then they can help other people if they want to, and animals. It's really amazing. So thanks, Lisa. Another question. Ooh, Audrey, since a few months ago, I didn't feel anything in my hands, but now I often feel the center of my palms burning. Is this Reiki activation? A lot of people with or without Reiki will feel a burning in their hands. So I don't know if you have been attuned to Reiki or not. It doesn't say in your question. If you haven't been attuned to Reiki and you're feeling that, you really might want to take a class and have the Reiki attunements, because often what is happening is it's sort of almost like a call to people, like, you are a natural healer. Open these palm chakras, become attuned to Reiki. Does it mean you have to do that? No. And everybody moves energy. So I don't want to put it out there that you have to be a Reiki person in order to do any healing work or anything like that. No, Reiki is just one modality of many. But what I will say is I've had so many clients come in and they will have different sensations in their palms. and they'll admit it to me. That's like, people have said I'm a healer, but I haven't done anything about it. I don't know what to do. And Reiki uh, opens these palm chakras, allows you to channel that Reiki energy, but it also helps you learn how to help people with the energy. And also, you don't use your own energy, which, if a lot of healers who aren't attuned to Reiki, they're using their own life force energy. And that has some downsides to it. It can drain you and leave you not feeling great. And one of the great benefits of Reiki is that we don't use our own energy. And so we're receiving Reiki as we're giving it. And so after I offer Reiki, I feel great, because I've received energy too. So something to consider as you move forward. But a lot of people who have the sensations in the palms and haven't had training means that they have a gift for healing, and it's an invitation to move forward. Yeah. So you might think about that. Follow your inner guidance. Follow your inner guidance on that. Another question. Oh, hi, Nancy. I know Nancy. Hi. Let's see. Ever since I started learning Reiki, my body feels like it's humming all the time. I wake up feeling life force moving. Is this normal? I think it is, Nancy, and it's normal for you, and that's all that matters. If you're okay with that, I would enjoy that and know that your body is in constant reception to the energy. Here's what comes through. You have taken Reiki training. You have the energy and the ability to channel the energy. And what your example is really demonstrating is the fact that Reiki isn't something that you have on the shelf over there and you live your life and then it's all of a sudden like, oh, I have a stomach ache. Where's that Reiki thing? And you go and, okay, I'm going to do Reiki now. What you're putting there in the chat is a wonderful demonstration that the energy is always with you, always working on your behalf. Now, it doesn't say if you are, uncomfortable with that. I'm gonna think that you're not uncomfortable with that, but I want you to know it's totally normal. If it was ever too much for you, then I would invite you to sort of do what I mentioned earlier in response to the other question. Say out loud to your higher self in the universe to just turn down the volume for, as far as the sensations go. But I don't think you're necessarily uncomfortable. It is totally normal. And I hope that you find it as reassurance that you're not alone and the Reiki's with you all the time, working for your highest good. Thanks for the question, Nancy. Yeah. Is it best to manifest during Reiki? Well, I think I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. However, we can use Reiki for manifestation work and goal, to achieve a goal and things like that. And so I'm guessing that that's what that is. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Reiki, we can use Reiki in every situation, I think. And if you want to manifest something, absolutely, you can do that. I tend to shy away from the word best because I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm being judgy or something. It's definitely a possibility. And if that's what's got your heart's attention, that you want to manifest a certain thing, then absolutely go for that. But again, we always remember that Reiki is going to help us for our highest good, of course. But absolutely, use Reiki for manifestation if you feel that. Mm-hmm. All right. Why do I not feel tingling in my hands? Years ago, I did. Now I connect and feel their pain in their pain spots, feeling frustration. Thank you. Well, it's interesting, Linda, because, sometimes as we evolve, things change for us. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means things are different now. And so, I guess if it's important for you to feel tingling in your hands, you know, perhaps ask the universe again, ask your higher self to bring that back. But, you might consider the fact fact that maybe that's just not important for you to have that experience, that you can help people without that, the feedback of you personally feeling the tingling. This came up a little bit earlier, and the practitioner doesn't have to feel a thing in order to help the person with Reiki. Uh, Not at all. But the other thing is, I would kind of ask within yourself, why is that important for you to have the tingling? And is that really a going back to have that again? You know, or what's next for you? It says now you connect and feel their pain in their pain spots. So if you aren't happy with that, and want to go back, a lot of this is about intention. But I, again, would invite you to go within and ask yourself why this is. Uh, and have you moved forward or not? And I got to tell you, I'm sure you have moved forward with this. So if you are not, if you don't like the way it is, though, you are sovereign in your energy. I would invite you to connect with your higher self, the universe, whatever, however it is that you like to connect, and have a conversation, just out loud or with paper and pen, but ask. I'm a big person who says ask, 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 because that's how we get our answers for ourselves, and follow that guidance. But I hope you don't think that you've gone backwards. I don't feel that you have at all. Things are just different right now. Thanks, Linda. Let's see. Oh, so maybe just this question, and maybe three others. Maybe Michaela Townsend. Hi. Oh, hi. Could you please share with us how you prepare yourself for giving a Reiki treatment, meditation, or practices that you would do before the client gets there? Oh, okay. Well, my practice has changed a lot. Let me just say. So in the early days, I was all worried about that, and I wanted to, do everything right and all of that. So now I don't do a lot. But if we were in class, what would I advise? Okay, because basically what we need to do before a session is what we believe is necessary. And I don't want you to think that's a cop out answer, because it really is true. Because if you believe you need to spend a lot of time in meditation in order to do the best session for your client, then you kind of need to do that. Because if you don't meet that expectation you've set for yourself, you're going to feel like you failed, right? So, number one, I would ask yourself to trust in the Reiki, because it's the Reiki doing it, it isn't you. So, just a friendly reminder about that. So let's see. One thing you might do is clear your space before a Reiki session. And what do I mean by that? You can activate your Reiki symbols by drawing them on the walls of the space in the center of the room, imagining, feeling, seeing, and intending that the energy of those symbols fill every nook and cranny of the room, right? You could stand in the doorway and channel Reiki. I do Holy Fire Reiki. So I would actually, this might sound funny to some people, but I would stand in the doorway and activate my Holy Fire Reiki, and I would just completely transmute everything in that room, just using Reiki to imbue everything. Some people might burn sage or something like that, but if you're going to do that, be mindful, because whoever's coming for your session, they might be sensitive to smoke and fragrances and things like that. That's why I like to use Reiki. Personally, I just get quiet and take a couple of breaths, intending to put all my personal energies to the side so I'm the clearest channel for their highest good. I focus directly on my client, and everything else fades away. It's all about the client during the session, and providing the highest experience I possibly can. I think, given those couple of things, it's wonderful. Remember, Reiki does not need you to think certain thoughts or be in a certain frame of mind. Reiki will work if we allow it. We have to just get out of the way, which can sometimes be pretty hard. So you're going to do fine, Michaela. I'm not worried about it at all. Just put your personal energy aside and allow the Reiki to do what Reiki knows how to do. It'll be great. Thanks for your question. Let's see. Renata, is there a better way to connect to Reiki energy before the session with a client? Um, I don't know what you mean by better way to connect to the energy. Um, no, I think so. Number one, kind of like what I just said about, I just put all your personal stuff to the side. Even if you care a whole lot about the outcome, please put any motivation you have to the side. Okay. That's going to help you connect better to the Reiki because you are out of the way, you see. So important is to just trust the Reiki. And when you have the trust in the energy and you're not feeling responsible, that's going to be the absolute best session for your client because Reiki is what it's all about. It isn't the practitioner determining what to do in the session and how to use the energy. Simply get yourself out of the way and intend to connect, intend to offer the highest session for their highest good. And I really think it's that easy. I don't think it has to be any more complicated than that. So I don't know. I mean, I want to tell you more, but I would be overcomplicating things. Okay. How about, oh, I'm getting two questions. Two questions. My hands get very hot from time to time. Why does this happen? Please. I was attuned to Reiki a long time, but I stopped giving myself healing a long time ago. Oh, that's very interesting. Um, yeah. So your hands may be getting hot because I don't know, but here's what's coming to me to share with you as a possibility. Your hands are probably maybe getting hot because there's something that has your energy's attention. Something is calling your compassion or your willingness to be helpful. And you might be consciously aware of it, but there's so much collective energy as well that we might not be consciously aware of, but we still interact energetically with that on a subconscious level. So I my feeling is something is happening with either a loved one or in your environment. Maybe even on TV, you see something like a tragedy or something like that. This happens for some people. I don't know if it's happening for you, but Reiki will sometimes activate at times like that because we just want to help or whatever it is, and you've said you're attuned but you're not actively using it. This can also perhaps be an invitation back to utilizing your Reiki. So you might consider, why don't you use the Reiki, and how do you feel about that, and what would it be like to re-engage and start offering yourself Reiki again for a start. Sometimes, we were talking about self love today. Sometimes we starve ourselves for what is really a loving practice, and I don't mean just Reiki, but we'll starve ourselves or keep ourselves from help, from healing things. And that's an interesting dynamic too, because why would we do that? Why would we do that to ourselves? So, I think it's a nice time for some introspection, but I would say that you're probably feeling the hot hands because somebody around you need could use it, and maybe it's even you, Manisha. So, thanks for the question. All right, one more question, I think, before we go. One more. What is helpful to clear the shame from past and limiting beliefs? Oh, wow. This is such a great question because this morning when I was getting ready to meet you all here, the idea of shame came to me, which was so interesting. And I think that shame can limit us so much. And I remember there were a few times when I was a child and I was told shame on you, and it just cut through me. It was devastating at that time. And so I think you've got something there in your question because shame and limiting beliefs, I think they go hand in hand. Shame keeps us small. Shame keeps us doubting ourselves, second guessing ourselves. It makes us not have confidence. And I could go on, but your question is, what is helpful to clear the shame? This is interesting. I wouldn't expect to answer in this way, but for some reason, this is what's coming to my mind. I would sit down and I would write a letter to yourself for whatever this is about. I would write a letter to your younger self, and I would explain to that younger self why shame is nothing that they would ever have to be burdened with. Shame is something that we accept to carry when we feel we're deserving of it. When we feel we're less than, we agree that, oh yeah, I should be ashamed of myself. You're right. I hope, Ella, that today you know that shame was never yours back then to be burdened with. But you didn't know that. And so some part of yourself agreed to be burdened with the shame. So please consider writing yourself a letter back to that time and explaining the truth of the matter. Whoever was placing shame upon you, that was a function of themselves and their own limitations and their beliefs, not only about who you were, but about who they were as well. So write yourself a letter. If you are attuned to Reiki, Reiki that letter, fold it up and put it in your hands and send it Reiki. You can draw your Reiki symbols on the paper, whatever it is. Another thing is, I mentioned earlier in the live stream about the Heal a Block video. And so you might do that as well. Heal a Block on the YouTube channel and use this particular thing you're asking about as your issue. But Reiki knows no bounds of time or space or dimension. And so we can use Reiki to help us with that. And maybe you write yourself a letter too. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I think you've been here about an hour. So I'm going to bid you adieu. Hopefully, guess what? Remember, sign up for my newsletter because I have a special exclusive gift for everybody who receives my newsletter right around February 14th. And so if you don't get the newsletter, you're going to miss out on this little exclusive gift I have for you. So I'm pretty excited about it. I don't think I've ever done that before, but the idea hit me and I thought, let's do that. A special little thank you, a special little gift for you right around February 14th. So sign up for the newsletter. It's been in the chat. There's a link there, or just go to mainstreamreiki.com. And I think in the footer of the website, you can always sign up there. If you're receiving the newsletters already, no worries. You're in the loop. You're included. And I can't wait to connect with you in a couple of weeks with that. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a joy. And until we meet again, first Thursday of March. I don't even know the date on that. And I'll see you in the ether out there. You all take care. And remember, you are love, you are light, you're precious. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.